I know some of you don't give two cakes, but we're gonna run you through the gears in the old Dodge today. Because why not? It's a beautiful day. Let's roll. She gets up and goes. She ain't gonna win no race, but she'll run like a scalded dog. Had to honk at the neighbors. Oh, school zone. Slow down to 50. Got the weebles. That's okay. I'll figure out a different way to confuculate that guy. That's to the floor. Second gear from 10 mile an hour. 30 mile an hour. 35. 40 mile an hour. 45 mile an hour. Not too bad. Gets about the same mileage my old Super Duty did, but you know, that's the way she fucking goes. So now in this day and age, we seem to have a plethora of quote-unquote social justice warriors where people are offended by everything. Things that they need not even be offended by. Like, I get it that you got concerns for your fellow human being, but if it don't concern you, it don't concern you. Like the people, someone out there says that the name. I'll try that again. I live in Winnipeg. We got, you know, a couple of amateur teams. We got the Blue Bombers. We got friggin' Winnipeg Jets. You know what Winnipeg's known for? Snow. You know what another name for a blizzard is? It's called a whiteout. Because you can only see white. You can go snowblind for that. You can crash. You can die. We had several of those a year. Now, we, back in 86, 87, when the Jets were not in the NHL, they were, you know, only in a major, minor, amateur league, whatever you want to call it. They responded to the Calgary Flames Red Out, or Red Sea, or whatever the hell they wanted to call it. Because, you know, Flames, red. So, folks decided to dress all in white and call it a whiteout, because we have a lot of snow every year. Now, we've been doing this since the friggin' 80s. Oh, mind you, you know, there was like a 16 year span where we didn't have the Jets. Oh, calisse, j'en ai oublié. Fucking mettre les choses là. I have to do a drop off. Any words? I was distracted. What was I saying? Right, so we've been doing this since the 80s, except for our hiatus when we got sold to Phoenix. but I digress. Some people feel that the term whiteout is offensive to black people. What with people wearing all white and such. Now, I can understand where they're coming from. You know, if we were down in the South, no offense to my Southern brothers and sisters, but you know, that's just the history we have to live with. However, are people so quick to forget of the thing called the Underground Railroad, where slaves were rescued and transported into Canada from slavery? Do people forget that? Like, yeah, you know what? We are not lacking in our share of racism, but the racism that seems to supersede the rest is the prejudice against the indigenous folk, which is really a shame, because that was a little bit of a hard pop. Because, hang on, I'll have to come back to this in a sec. Which is a damn shame, because most Manitobans who are native to Manitoba have indigenous blood in them. Me being the mixed breed, Heinz 57 of that kind, I got a little bit of everything. But I've got Oji Soto, Ojibwe Soto. And I am proud to call myself a pale native. Get out of my way. I want to... Oh, you cocksuckers. Any words? Friggin', So it hits home when people are racist and ignorant to the indigenous, because if it weren't for the Métis, Louis Riel, Manitoba in and of itself would not exist. Now that's a story for another day, but I'll leave you to look into that. And that was a betrayal by our federal government, calling Louis Riel a traitor and letting him hang for it. Which is a damn shame. But regardless, back to the whiteout. Maybe it's just because I am a privileged white male. Now, I say I'm privileged, but you know, I am. Everyone, well, not everyone. Most people are privileged to an extent. That doesn't change the fact that I worked my ass off to be where I am today, to drive this old shit box. Oh, I dropped a loony. But regardless, in my time, I have experienced very seldom, or witnessed, I should say, very seldom racism towards black people and people of color and brown people even, while other than indigenous, which is a damn shame, because such is life. It only takes a few bad apples to spoil the bunch. Yes, the stereotypes are out there that native people like to abuse the welfare system. And you know what? There are some people that do. You know what? There's white people that do it too. There's lazy fucking white people that think the world owes them something. I don't know. I find it stupid. I find it ignorant. I find it selfish. And it's unnecessary. Another thing that's unnecessary is calling an outrage understand if, you know, the gathering was, like I said, more in the south where that problem is even more current to these days, where our brothers and sisters of a different nationality are being hanged simply by the color of their skin. That's outrageous. That enrages me. I come from a belief that... Sorry, I had hair in my mouth. Where everyone is essentially family. Because guess what? We all came from the same amoebas that fucking rose up from the ocean millions of years ago. We are just creatures of space dust and particles. Why are people making a deal out of something where there isn't a fucking deal? Us as a community, we are accepting. We gather for the greater good of our sports team. We are showing our pride. We are showing that asshole cocksucker midget Gary Bettman that the Jets should never have left Winnipeg in the first place. We are showing our fanaticism to our sports teams, and our fellow Winnipeggers. Because you know what? It doesn't matter what color skin you got. If you're wearing a Jets jersey, holy hell, we're going to welcome you with open arms. If someone don't, send them my way. I'll give them a kick right in the fucking teeth. Because that ain't fucking appropriate. Moral of the story is, love your fellow man. Don't be a dick. If you're going to be a dick, you better expect to be treated like a fucking piece of shit you are. Well, mind you, that being said, you never know what someone else is going through. You never know the whole story. You never do. Even if someone writes a book on their life, there's still going to be excerpts that have been left out. So to surmise, be nice to people. Be accepting. Don't get offended by bullshit that doesn't concern you. If there's a group of people being actively racist on any kind of platform, call them out. I can understand people using a gathering for ulterior motives. Believe you me, I've seen it. It happens. People are shitty. But the good old saying goes, kill them with kindness. Even though they say only the good die young, don't be that asshole that lives forever. Because get this. You want to leave something behind on earth. It's not what you take with you, it's what you leave behind. And do you want to be remembered as some piece of shit who everyone fucking hated? Money don't fucking matter. Status don't fucking matter. It's your character, reputation. Me, I want to leave behind a legacy. Like the song goes, I want to be the one when all is said and done. Live the good life, love the good wife, always help someone in trouble on the day they lay me down. I want everyone to gather around, say he was a father, a brother, neighbor, and a friend. He was a good man. Take that with you. Thanks for joining me on my little boot. Back to the night shift grind. Until next time, eat shit and brap on, folks.